Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Vaporum Lockdown, where... Well, this room's pretty empty. What happened here? What's this? Recruit Warsword. That's new. A Warsword blade weapon, two-handed. I mean, okay then. Huh. Well, what else do we have here? Personal elevator key, Hydropolix. And this.
Despite the medals and promotions I received in the island wars against the rebels, and my leadership skills and the loyalty to the Supreme Bureau that they prize so much, I still think my wife Laura is the real reason they chose us to take charge of the Arcs. She has always been exceptional, one of the very youngest to graduate from physics and chemistry at the Supreme Bureau University, and later a huge asset at Ernest Willem's laboratory, the crown jewel of the scientific community. On top of that, she was the one who spent countless nights analyzing the records of the Cat Canuck project, the infamous predecessor to the Arc's Vaporum.
Alright.
To prevent another costly failure, they wanted to instate a strict, almost militaristic discipline in their next big project. I quickly learned that what works during war doesn't necessarily work as well in a peaceful environment crucial for scientific work. To let people realize their full potential, to get the most out of them, you have to give them agency and freedom to experiment, to take risks, rather than commanding them like pieces on a board. Only time will tell if I am right.
Alright. Interesting point of view, Marcus. I like this. We're getting to see the view of Marcus Reich after everything, really. Now, if you're wondering why I'm exploring this place, it's simply because I have pretty much no idea where I'm meant to use this, whatchamacallit, Fumium key. And it logically has to be somewhere. So, especially as it looks like I ended just before we head over to the Hydropolix area, which is kinda typical of me, isn't it? Where is this keyhole? Very odd indeed. It's not like at the entrance here, is it? Like in the lift or something, right? I mean, I can do that after all. So now I can go to Hydropolix, but I want to find it because I know there's something special behind it. Because we got the Fumium key from a secret area, so... But I can't find a key connecting to such a place anywhere. How irritating. Well, alright then. Guess we can go to Hydropolix then, I guess. Maybe. Well, that's 10 minutes of my life I've wasted, and I'm never going to get back. So let's just move on to the next floor. It looks interesting at the very least. My favourite part of this is the fact we get to see Arc's Vaporum in its glory, rather than the ramshackled mess we saw it in the first game. Hydropolix. The food. Supply. That's inactive. Interesting. You ain't fooling me, little robot. I knew you were there. I saw your lights. See? Not getting me. Apparently I can enter in here, though. One of these days, I want there to be like a book puzzle where you just push a book and it opens a door or something, you know? So what's in here? Earthquake. About an hour ago, some kind of earthquake shook the whole tower. I thought the structure would collapse in on itself. My body was shaking like crazy. Some parts of the Hydropolix got contaminated by the gas again. I'm sending a few guys up to check the air pump filters. It's not safe to move around until the gas is taken care of. I will continue in my attempts to contact other departments in the tower. Somebody must know what's going on. That doesn't sound good. Is that why that's amber right there? To indicate it's not safe? Yeah, looks like it. What's this? Lost hours. Today during typing in about a 100th research report, I turned on the recording Liam gave to me. I was a little disappointed. There was nothing but a hum coming from the phonograph. It kind of resembled the murmur of the sea, wave after wave crashing into the coast. I lost interest and focused on the reports, but I had this feeling building inside me. I don't know how to put it into words. Never experienced anything like it. Now was it the sound, the recording, or was my mind simply too tired? A few minutes later, the phonograph stopped and the sound was gone. As was the feeling, but then I realized several hours had passed. No idea how that's possible. I must have dozed off or something. I think I'll take the recording with me to my room and play it once more before going to bed. Maybe there's something to it after all. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Alright. Ah! Really? The ultra-massive guy? Ow. Jesus Christ. There's a reason I try to avoid you. Good. You're dead. Good riddance. Alright. I might want to start using the guns. Although the guns don't actually do that much damage, as I haven't actually upgraded them, I don't think. Well, this looks good.
Ew. No way I'm getting through this alive. I need to get rid of the gas.
Yeah, quite clearly. What's this?
My first assignment's to assist some graybeard in researching potential uses of fumium in casting, alloying, and sintering. From what I've heard so far, my degree in physical metallurgy will be mostly useless, as the magical substance has some pretty unorthodox interactions with metal.
Alright.
Let's see if it's the wonder everyone's making it out to be. I'd rather think we're dealing with a classical case of wishful thinking here. We're spending unholy amounts of resources on this whole shebang, just to tinker with this thing, so it better perform the way we want. Especially considering the average IQ of these, scientists. On the other hand, the exo-rig technology is pretty damn cool. I got to try one out today, and geez, it's just badass. Gives you so much power.
Yeah, it does.
Gadgets you can plug in and make stuff happen in a flash. To be honest, I'd rather be working with these babies than getting bored to death with that old fart of a metallurgist.
Well, that's certainly not good. I've never been burning before. Thank you for dying, Fire Roach. I don't know if you were in the last games, but I certainly didn't recognize you. Did you have to leave a fire trail on everything that you attacked? Alright, then. So... at least my energy is really generating quite quickly now. Another one. Are you for real? I was gonna say, this thing's probably weak to ice, right? Yeah. Certainly feels it. My god, just give me my 2 extra levels so I can get my extra gadgets, please. I am 1 kill away from leveling up. Alright then, so... I mean, at least this is a regular one. Alright. It's gone. It's dead. We're level 5, which means nothing, because we need to be level 6. God damn it all. What the heck is this? I'm afraid. I'm afraid. The Hydropolix is still filled with gas. I was afraid it would spread and cut my way off completely. And the guys I sent up were nowhere in sight. They were They were taking too long. I couldn't wait anymore. I went to the elevator, but a wielder drone attacked me. I managed to escape, just barely, into the ducts. My arm is bleeding. I'm afraid. Afraid of every mechanical sound I hear. What if it's another crazed automaton? I don't know what to do. Well, given the fact that's your second out of 11 messages, I think you did fine for at least a while. I'm suspicious of this room right now. I feel there should be a secret within it. I knew there was going to be something. There we go. One nice dead bug. Just one more level. Just one more level. Basic Zapper. Super Roach. The Super Roach behaves much like the Fire Roach, but there's one little caveat. It's resistant to all weapon and gadget damage. In short, it can't be killed. The only way to survive the beast is to outwit it, outrun it, or lock it up somewhere in a place it can never escape from. Resistant to all kinds of damage. Super Roaches are the latest evolution of roaches in the Arc Vaporum. They inherit the best traits found in all other types, making them virtually invulnerable and extremely dangerous. I'm sorry, what? What now? When burning, the target and their nearby allies take some damage over time. Enemies capable of causing burning are resistant to all burning effects themselves. You know, this is the blowtorch, right? Yeah. I'm gonna take the zapper and the mine for now. Oh, of course it just saved. That's such a positive sign. Especially after I've received a note about a so-called Super Roach. What is this game going to be hiding from me? I mean, okay. I mean, I knew there was going to be a Super Roach, but I didn't expect it to be a predator. No, sorry, alien-style thing where it's just trying to taunt me and scare the jabibis out, anything out of me. This is where I came from, right? Yeah, it is.
I don't think I can kill this thing. That didn't even scratch it.
You're right, it didn't. Alright. So that's why this room existed. To catch a prick. Nope, it's immune to electric. Come on. I want to see if I can actually hurt this thing. Probably shouldn't be. I'm going to stop trying. I am going to stop trying. It is actually invulnerable. Let's stop this while I can. Don't let there be another one. There's only one, right? I don't need to trap another one in there or something, right? Gadget damage upgrade. Thank you. A lot. Soul of a scientist.
Laura suggests using lifers, the worst criminals and convicts from the islands, as test subjects in experimental teleportation runs. The argument is simple. They are of no use, they will never get out of prison, and many of them are on death row anyway. So why not use them for something that's beneficial for the rest of society? From a purely logical standpoint, yes, maybe. But still, they're human beings, not lab rats. It's just wrong. Everybody seems to disagree with her, apart from maybe that heartless Harlan. Even Director Marcus Reich strictly condemned the idea at today's meeting. I don't think I've ever been this split. The human in me is repulsed by the very thought, but the scientific soul can see the raw truth. Without human subjects, we will never make any real progress. We will never be able to make teleportation safe for everyday use. And we will never truly wield the power of tomorrow. Has Laura gone completely nuts? Or is she the only one to see what needs to be done and bold enough to push the boundaries?
I wish the human side in me had won back then. This whole atrocity is also of my doing.
Alright. He just triggered my mind. You know, I'm probably right in thinking that using an energy gun while also relying on gadgets, probably a bad idea. Now, I'm pretty sure there's 3 of the bastards. Well, hello there. You're subtle. Yeah, I should probably definitely be upgrading a gun or something instead of this energy rifle. But I'm not exactly the best at using the gun. Although this shotgun does hit very hard. In fact, it hits harder than my current gun. It may not have as much range, which I do like at times, but... Alright, what's this? Monster. I found them. I found them. At least I think those bodies belong to my people. A terrible sight. Flesh eaten through some form of aggressive acid. I thought maybe a loose roach could have done that. I was wrong. It was much worse. A twisted, contorted, hideous thing dragging its deformed feet behind itself. Slow, but determined to end my life. Cornered just inches away. I was certain the acid its spew would burn through my legs like a hot knife through butter. But then, all of a sudden, the ground shook. A golem. Its flames fried the monster alive. I don't know if the golems are still intact, protecting people from the horrors, or if it simply didn't see me amidst the corpses. I wasn't going to wait to find out. I slipped through right past the hulk into another section of the shafts. I'll just wait here. There's nowhere else to go. I think you got lucky. Wow. That thing was not very tough. Oh, you saved when I sit here, do you? Well, isn't that a good sign? Well, I guess you're the thing they were talking about, then. How about we just keep laying mines and shooting occasionally, and it's dead. Spitter. Isn't that a Left 4 Dead thing and not in this game? Did we finally... do we have... What did that? What's this? Oh, that opened this. Okay. Submarine Elevator key, workshop. Unlocks the workshop floor in the submarine elevator. Okay. Acid effect. When splashed by acid, the target's healing and repairing abilities are greatly reduced, and they take some damage over time for a short period. Enemies capable of spraying acid are immune to acid themselves. Obviously, they always are. Don't shoot the gun by accident, me. Well, 5% max integrity certainly isn't something I'm gonna complain about, but... I did just save, didn't I? Well, I just saved again. So... I thought I'd see if I could survive a little bit to be able to get the chest, and I was wrong. What's this?
My more or less democratic conduct is far from what the Bureau's been expecting of me. On the other hand, the results are undeniable. They have even moved the radio wave research from the islands to the arcs due to how much faster we progress here in every area. In 2 years, our scientists have made giant leaps, and today we have working radio prototypes. Soon we'll be installing the Wonder all around the tower. Not to mention the teleportation technology solely developed here in the tower. A thing that could only live on the pages of weird fiction until recently. Now a physical reality available at the press of a button. Practical applications of Fumium speeds up everything from mundane tasks to complex experiments and research projects. I just fear that we are picking up too much steam, hurtling ahead like a runaway train nobody will be able to stop.
How did I miss that locker? Jane Shane. Jane Shane from Substance Research came to pick up some provisions again. She took some fruits, fried figs, thing like that. All excited about this new branch of research they just started. I really don't like this woman. I bet I'll learn someday that they're feeding the food to mutated roaches or something. Here in the Arks, anything is possible. Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised given the amount of mutated roaches all over the goddamn place. So, given the key I just got, I think I need to go back to the elevator. Or the lift. And then I can go down to the construction bay. Are we gonna get attacked once we get here? I mean, I need 100 Fumiums. I just need to kill 10 things, potentially. Ish. Before I can get all of my gadgets up and running. Then, I still need to figure out what the hell that does. So, if I do that, I can then click that. That's a nice friendly looking image. You know, the burning, searing heat of a furnace. Yeah, I'm sure we're not at risk of being, you know, melted alive or anything, right? Well, that looks interesting. And explosive.
The Foundry. I could probably make a propeller here. Perhaps it's still functioning. I need 2 propeller molds.
Okay, so I need 2 propeller modes. What's this?
I need a Fumium ingot in here.
Alright, thank you for telling us. Well, we have a Fumium key. Can we figure out where we can use it? Always take a step back from any and every door you find. Come on, move forward. Bang. Eat my shotgun. Basic acid nozzle. I didn't have that yet? Requires silver key. What's this? Rescue coming. I remember a jolt shook me to life. I remember a jolt that shook me to the core. My ears feeling like they were about to burst, and then this bright white light. I woke up here in the elevator. I think Alice and I were on our way up to the office for the meeting, but then something happened. I can't feel my legs. My back hurts so bad I'm losing my mind. All this blood, is it mine or Alice's? I can hear a faint moaning from below. I think it's her. She must have fallen off the elevator down into the shaft. A god-awful amount of time has passed without any signs of rescue coming, but I can finally hear the clanging and wielding in a distance. It must be the guys trying to help us. What a relief. Yeah, totally. That's what it was. Well, that was the smeltery, so we're gonna have to get in there eventually. Alright, that's a door, but this is not. This is unavailable door. And you know what I like about this game more than the other one? You're not locked off from old areas. So, there's nothing stopping you from going back and finding all the secrets, really. Yeah, that's right, burn. How many am I off? There's a hole right there, which I can't really do anything about. Iron key. That's a positive sound. Positive effect.
Today, I took part in the weirdest meeting of my life. So, last week, Laura's lab sent us new samples to try in the alloying process. By the way, they're like hyperactive kitties, all overexcited about everything Fumium, expecting us to forge a legendary royalist slang sword or something. What a waste of words, really. So, I put the samples away and finished my shift a little early. You don't want to let a lady wait, you know what I'm saying? Cynthia. Girls like that are hard to find around. Turns out, in all that excitement, I put the sample box quite near the blast furnace. Not exactly the best place to store some blue piss worth a fortune, let me tell you. Next morning, out of habit, or maybe it was the terrible hangover, I fanned the flame without thinking twice. And, yeah, you guessed it. The stuff melted to a pulp.
Huh.
Laura learned of it, called me up. Absolutely furious, going ape crazy about it. As if the whole world was gonna collapse because of some stupid vials that had gone to waste. You know me, I don't scare easily. But damn, she gave me the creeps. The hair on the back of my head all standing up. She's not quite right. Avoid her if you can, Dwayne.
Well, that obviously leads to interesting thoughts about the leader of this place. I hear a teleporter. Okay, what's going on here? Do that. That hits that. That then hits that. I don't know what this is closing and not. So do that, I get the space there. That teleports me here. Which is right on the opposite side. Okay. So that shoots over here, but there's no point to it shooting over here, because there's nothing for it actually to interact with. Interesting. Unlike that one right there. What does this one do? Do they have to interact with each other? Can they interact with each other? I don't think so. That might be able to be caught. Let's just try. No. Not at a reasonable rate, at least. What does stopping that do? I can't exactly do anything if I'm not 100% what the problem is. What is this? This teleports me here for some reason. Okay, I have to teleport to hit it. Okay. I think I can get this now. If I don't hold it down. So that keeps the door open. But that then closes it. Noted. So dink, 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 dink. And we're good. Just pull that down. That it? All good? That seems oddly simple. But also a red herring. Where the bloody blazes am I meant to be going? Ah! I break down the wall. Because the wall was looking a little rough. Little hard to tell it was looking a little rough, but a little rough all the same. Okay. So, now we got this and more lore.
After the groundbreaking initial leaps forward, exciting observations and discoveries, things have slowed down to a crawl. Progress is a rare commodity here nowadays. At every step, the bureaucracy just keeps getting in the way. At first, while we still knew next to nothing, we were free to experiment without much hassle. And now, the Supreme Bureau is to analyze all our findings and approve any plans for further research. Every little detail has to be catalogued, documented, and sent out. Forget progress above all. It's waiting above all now. Marcus used to oppose this kind of outside control. but it has slowly crept in anyway, and everybody just obeys like puppies. But isn't it what the Supreme Bureau has always taught us? To be bold, ardent, and determined to find a breakthrough. To constantly seek out the path to progress. No matter the difficulties, no matter the risks.
Yeah.
I see the path to it. It's paved by the beautiful blue substance. So, do we want to give the Bureau what it wants, or what it really needs? I choose the latter, and I'm going to convince my team to tag along.
Well, fair enough then. So that's a very nice looking gun right there, and I really like the love of it. Apprentice. I have a new apprentice here in the Foundry. Who's this by? Ooh, a new person. Came in today. They're saying he's the son of someone important back from the islands. Well, I don't care for that. I only care for his expertise on alloys and good work ethic. It's usually a pain to get a young kid like him up to speed. From my experience, it's just better if I do all the work, rather than delegate some of it to a youngster who's likely to mess it all up. Kids these days, so unreliable and lazy. But I'm willing to give him a chance. Let's see if he's as flexible as the steel under my old hands. Fair enough, then. Well, now I can go this way. And I have a nice big mega gun. I really need more energy. I need a way to upgrade my energy. Such as these. But I can't really justify using those while I'm still behind on how many gadgets I'm allowed to use at once, you know? Alright then. What? I knew there was something coming for me. One gone, and now the levels are mine. Goodbye, you little prick. Now enjoy me as I look at me as I level up. Gimme those right this instant. Boom. Nice. Now then, I get all of the gadgets I could possibly want. Ah, so nice are these gadgets. If only my energy could regen faster. What do I need for this? A golden key. Okay. Can't go in there. Can go in there. Can also go over here. Let's try this way first. I reacted too quickly for the little roach. Lay the trap. And now wait for the fire to die, because the creature is dead. All hail my gadgets. Okay, we're up to another puzzle, I see. What does that do? That lifts that up. Interesting. If I open that... How long does this give me? Not the most amount of time. I wonder what this box is all about, because it can't really do anything. So if I save that, activate that... I do have time to do that. Meaning I have time to do that, stopping the door from closing. I'm not sure if that's how I'm meant to do things, but... it's how I've done things. I mean, there's not much else I can do with this box, for instance. Unless I want it to trap me. Okay, it just saved for me. That's a good sign. Why is there a button right there?
Now you'll be able to feel what it's like to be the lab rat. Observed and coldly evaluated while running for its life. Just like you observed me.
What?
Remember?
No. Not in the slightest. What are you on about? Oh, well, this is good, isn't it? I have no idea how to survive this. No idea at all. Doesn't work if I blow myself up. To kingdom come no more. Alright, so enter here.
Now you'll be able to
Place
feel
traps.
what it's like to be the lab rat.
I just blew myself up again.
It's life.
Alright, I'm
Just
going
like
to do
you
this.
observed me.
I am going to do this. Granted, your fight is hard. That's right, blow yourself up. Just keep running until you know how to run. Who knows what the hell will happen? I need enemies over here. I didn't expect you to be intelligent enough to do that. So full credit to you. I'm going to just keep draining you of life until you are either dead or I am nice and healthy. Take your pick at which one you want it to be. Apparently both. Okay. I was gonna say, now there has to be some way out of here, right? Yes. But we still don't know the answer to... Hello? Propeller mold part 1.
Good. I'll need the other half as well.
Battered Warhammer. Well, it's better than my current Warhammer. Dream. I'm still not sure if the tangle of sounds is of any interest, yet I had a strange dream last night, almost too vivid and tangible. It was like another reality, but my body took no part in it. Sounds of a roaring sea, pervading of a cacophony of bleak noises, sickening at first, and then very soothing. Very soothing. I was in a free fall through thousands of whirlpools, drawing near to something. The sound died off, or rather morphed into a ravaging chant. The most harmonious song you can imagine, suddenly cut by the sound something dark and sinister, watching, starving. And then in the midst of all that was the figure of a woman, covered by a veil made from fumium strands, at the top of the tower, just observing everything, wordless, noiseless. Then something pulled me back down, and I woke up. The phonograph had already been long silent. Huh. Fair enough, then. What's this say?
Laura's always been the biggest zealot I've ever known. Always ready to push on through any adversity to get the job done. But since her husband, Director Reich, ordered all projects to a halt to be thoroughly documented for official evaluation, she's been just fierce. But it doesn't feel like it's that burning zeal of hers this time. It's something else.
Huh.
Something almost vicious. People are reluctant to go against the directive from the office, but nobody seems able to resist that strange, commanding aura around her. So we just keep going. And we've already had 2 minor accidents that required medical treatment. Laura should slow down a bit and take safety protocols more seriously. Yet, despite all that, I still trust her judgment. And I believe the Supreme Bureau will appraise our efforts to move forward in the end. Our whole society is built upon the pledge of progress, after all.
Fair enough. Well, that's a thing. I think I remember those things, funny enough. Alright, well, it's going back and forth, apparently. Interesting. There's a button there. On that side. I wonder where it's going. And additionally here. What's this? A I can't even see if that actually does anything. Hello, box of scrap. How are you today? A new rifle, you state? Excellent. I'm just going to leave the old rifle behind on this button then. Because I have no idea what it does. So I can't push things into there, so I need to manipulate these 4 boxes to let me into each corridor, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Well, apparently there's something right here. Scary drones. And toughness. Scary drones. I bought some more wielding tools to the workshop today, as if the little drones weren't enough for all the wielding jobs. At this rate, soon there'll be more of them than us, and, well, they scare me sometimes. How do they move? How do they even make decisions? Is there anybody home behind the cold blank metal plating? I'm sure old Rankov has it under control, but when I watch the drones work, the precision with which they fly around just gives me the creeps. I bet it does now. Alright, so that opened this door here. So I guess that leads to the only conclusion of... Well, yeah, how do I get in there? Suppose if that's now lifted that up, it's fine, but... Storage. Okay.
Safety barrier. Just great. I could ask a welder drone to cut through it. I'm pretty sure it would comply. I'll have to look for a tool or something.
Oh, so that's why this other direction exists, I'm guessing then. To find the tool that we require. Right? Yes! Oh, so that's what the button does. It closes the door. Very well, then. Oh. I mean, it's a very good thing I didn't decide to just put that into that hole there, isn't it? Wait a moment. Okay, so... Interesting. So... I get it now. We need to somehow... I'm going to save before doing... No, I'm not going to save. I needed to do that. Okay. What's this then? Assault shotgun. It's worse than my special shotgun. I actually like that, because I got the special shotgun from before, so it means it's a better weapon. Harlan is a disaster. If I could, I would just snap his feeble neck in half with my own 2 hands. I used to be so calm all the time, but the kid, this cocky slouch, he makes my blood boil within seconds. I had a system in place. Everything had its place and purpose. There were workflows and rules. He messed it all up. I can't find anything. I'm too old for this chaos he creates around me. And his expertise... Pff, what expertise? A bunch of useless formulas from textbooks. I don't need that. Textbooks don't forge a Fumian pistol or a spider casting. I need a bright mind with ideas on how to proceed, not this moron. I'm going to ask for a replacement. I can't stand him being in my shop. Fair to you, then. So that's the place we found right at the beginning. Okay. So, what's this have to say?
Harlan Stark. Just hearing the name makes my stomach churn. I've dealt with all sorts of dabblers and inepts, but this kid is something else. A walking definition of arrogance. He only does the minimum of minimum to barely get the job done, while being smiles and glares all along. I can't stand this approach to work in anybody, much less in someone who actually believes.
Oh, what a beauty. Pretty
Yeah.
bare bones, but the plating looks solid. Maybe I can salvage that.
Actually believes they're doing great. To top that off, he thinks he's charming.
Huh.
Ugly moron. His uncle, Danton, is a man of high stature, so the kid thinks he can get away with just about anything. How misguided can one get? Danton has no power here. I decide what's what. The ugly mess Harlan caused around the forge was the last drop.
Yeah.
I'll give him two options. Either volunteer in the teleportation tests, or spend the rest of his service time here in the Arks as a Fumium miner. A pretty despised and dangerous job, I hear.
Yeah.
How would that reflect in your uncle's eyes, poor Harlan? Nephew to a prominent Supreme Bureau member, high hope and the surefire future receiver of multiple national appraisals and awards, was in fact a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
Instead of leading society to bright tomorrows, he could only manage to do the lowest and dirtiest of all jobs available.
Laura, you're getting somewhere.
Somehow, I already know what his choice is going to be.
Fair enough. Well, everyone, upon discovering this new sub, I think this is a good place to leave today's episode, for you see, I'm all out of time for today's episode, so what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and join me next time to see if we can actually get out of this place. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.